Hello, Zeb Aurelios from Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to Inside the Force. Carabas. Gotta go, Hera's here.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here, and no Casey Cooley this week. Casey Cooley is enjoying his time off at home, welcoming his brand new son into the world. So we want to congratulate Casey Cooley on that. Jacob Allen Cooley, born happy and healthy, a couple weeks early, but he is home safe with mom and dad, and they are enjoying their time there. So I'm doing this solo right now, but not fully, because about halfway through this episode or so, I'm going to bring on a guest that will help me out, talk about Force Friday that's coming up this week, as well as our next commentary in the month of September, which is Rogue One and A New Hope. But our guest, he was with us on the commentary for Rogue One, so we want to talk a little bit about that, as well as Force Friday. But before that, I will run through what news I have, what stuff that we have has come about these last couple weeks. Our last episode that we put out there, me and Casey, we did talk about the standalone Obi-Wan film that was kind of in the works, that we have just, we revealed from Lucasfilm that is getting done. So that was a big episode, this last episode, talking about that. No new news on that, actually. It's still kind of pretty quiet. Sounds like they're still working on scripts. And hopefully we get an announcement soon about whether or not Ewan McGregor will be making a return appearance as Obi-Wan Kenobi. More images from Ron Howard on the set of the untitled Han Solo film. And it's funny that they keep calling this the untitled Han Solo film, because a lot of you have probably seen the image that I saw floating around Twitter, was that someone had seen a Lego catalog that had, toys and Lego builds from, I guess, the Han Solo film, because there was a logo that said Han Solo, a Star Wars story, very similar to the Rogue One. So people are starting to speculate already that maybe it is called just Han Solo, which would be kind of weird, and I'm not saying I wouldn't agree with that, but, I would think you would come up with something else. Maybe not. I don't know. There's some great Battlefront commercials out there now. There's some video also, some gameplay, namely some of the starfighters. They're saying that the starfighting gameplay is just incredible now. There's some out there with Maul's ship, Kylo's ship, his TIE, the silencer. Really, really cool. The next big thing that came out this past week is the Season 3 Blu-ray for Star Wars Rebels. Unfortunately, I was trying to track that thing down, and I could not get it. Went to several stores, namely Best Buy and Target, and didn't see it. So I couldn't get my hands on it yet. I don't know where it's at around my city, so might have to just get on Amazon and buy it and have it sent to me. But I was hoping to really pop those in. You could probably get online and see some of the behind the scenes stuff that's on these discs. Incredible insights into some of these episodes. Namely the Obi-Wan Maul fight, bringing Thrawn, and there's a little exchange of them, of Filoni revealing to Timothy Zahn that Thrawn is going to be making an appearance, and his reaction is awesome. So pretty cool stuff with that stuff. So go get that. I think the only other things really to talk about, Phasma, the novel from Delilah Dawson, drops this Force Friday, which is September 1st. So go pick that up. I'm gonna be sure to pick that up as well. I'll get into kind of some reviews, but I'm not going to be getting into that yet on the audio side because I got one that I'm trying to get through. I just started, which I'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, there's a new image of Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi that just hit today, actually, which is August 30th. He looks incredible. It's on the cover of a Hungarian magazine. It's pretty awesome. He just looks kind of as dark. It's kind of a darker robes, but pretty fantastic. So speaking of novels, on the novel side, I busted through a few of them in this past week or two. So last episode I reviewed Rebel Rising by Beth Revis, which was really, really good. There's some parts of it that it was okay. I mean, I liked it, but it did offer some great insights into Saw Gerrera, his partisans, and whatnot, and what happens to all that stuff. Again, it's kind of a little prequel to Battlefront 2, Inferno Squad, because Inferno Squad obviously goes after the partisans, trying to finish them off after Saul's death. But Rebel Rising obviously sees them in the beginning stages with Saul and how they're trying to fight the Empire, but not in the conventional way that the rebellion is doing it. So after that book, I went straight into one of the older books that came out. I think this one was either the second or third book that had been released, Lords of the Sith by Paul S. Kemp. Now, this book was really interesting. So I just finished that one a couple days ago, and when you think of Lords of the Sith, you can see the cover. It's obviously about the Emperor, and it's about Vader, and it's about them together and kind of surviving together. What I didn't realize what it was about was actually it's about the planet of Ryloth. So it's about the liberation of Ryloth. Now, this takes place, I think, roughly 5 years shortly after Revenge of the Sith. So Vader is still kind of, the Empire is still kind of young. There's these worlds that are out there still trying to keep from being under the Empire's rule as the Empire starts growing outside of the core worlds. And Ryloth is one of the ones that is trying to liberate itself or stay liberated. What I didn't expect, which was pretty cool, is that Cham Samdola is the main protagonist in this, basically. He's the leader of the Twi'leks that are trying to keep Ryloth liberated, and basically they help formulate this plot with a traitor in the Empire to get Vader and the Emperor in a situation where they can try to kill him. So that's what this book's about, which is pretty neat. I thought the most interesting part of this, and again, this is somewhat spoilers, so please skip this if you don't want to hear this, but I thought the interesting part about the book was you really get into the mind of Vader. And again, since this is shortly after episode 3, his thoughts of some certain characters are still fresh in his mind, namely Padme, namely Obi-Wan, Mace, Yoda. Those feelings and those people are still kind of in his mind, and that's that kind of goes a long way, because the Emperor is trying to help him get over those and flush them out and, make them non-existent, basically. So there's that whole dynamic there of Vader thinking of those situations, and Emperor knows this. He can pretty much read his mind and know what he's thinking. So pretty interesting storylines there with that, because we know Vader, like especially in Rebels, he's pretty over Anakin and over anything that Anakin stood for. He even mentions Ahsoka in this book. So pretty interesting. That to me, that was the most significant part of this book, was Vader's thoughts and feelings, and how he's kind of protecting, and how he's trying to keep that from the Emperor in a sense. So it's that part was pretty cool. But in the end, I think this was a pretty overall good book. So that's all I'll kind of talk about that. But then I wanted to. There's a couple other books that really I'm down to like 2 books now that I have to get through before Phasma. So I went ahead and really did a quick audiobook of The Perfect Weapon, which came out a couple years ago as part of the journey of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. But I wanted to listen to it because it's by Delilah S. Dawson, who did the Phasma book. So I wanted to kind of get her writing style and kind of listen to it. It's a very short book, The Perfect Weapon. It's about the assassin that you can see in The Force Awakens, in Maz's cantina, or Maz's castle, or whatever. It's a bounty hunter named Bazine Natal. She is I don't know if you remember, but there's that big horned creature. I can't remember what species he is. When Han and Finn and Rey walk into Maz's castle, she's sitting with him. In fact, she's the one that calms the First Order that the droid is there, the BB-8 is there. She walks off and does that. So that is Bazine Natal, and she is a spy, mercenary, bounty hunter. And this story is a real quick story of her and kind of what she can do and what people she's involved with. And it was pretty decent. It kept me kind of, again, normally these books are about 13, 14 hours long. This was only 2 hours long, so it was a very, very small book. But I busted that real quick because, again, Phasma's coming up. But since I got through with that real quick, I went ahead and started the only other book that I haven't done that I'm going to do. I haven't done Lost Stars, but I probably won't do Lost Stars. But the only other adult novel I haven't done is the first Battlefront book called Twilight Company. So I started that one, and I'm already hooked in this one. I really like where this is going. It's about this group of rebels called Twilight Company and kind of the battles they go through and everything like that. So it's really neat to hear the soldier's perspective. And I'm really interested in kind of going through this book. So this book's probably going to take me a week or two, and then I will then jump into Phasma, because then I'll be actually caught up. I'll be ready to listen to them as they come out. So real excited about that. Like I said, the only book really I haven't done then after Twilight Company is Lost Stars. But since that's a junior novel, probably won't get into it too much. I'll probably just stick with the adult novels coming out now. So Phasma being the next one. So again, just a quick summary. Lords of the Sith was really, really good. I thought I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. The Perfect Weapon I'll also do probably more like 3.5, just because it was a good story, but it didn't really tell me too much about her that I maybe didn't put together myself. So, but now I'm in the Twilight Company, and I will do a review of that. I think Casey's already done Twilight Company, so I really could talk to him more about it now. Okay, so that is it with that. Let's move on to some Force Friday. So, and to do that, I got to bring on a guest that joined me in Force Friday a couple years ago when we went out and spent a bunch of money. Jeb Smith. Jeb, how are you, buddy?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. We are just like 2 days away from me and you hitting some stores up and figuring out what we're gonna get. Let's just rewind back a couple years though first. And,
I remember that day.
Yeah, so because do you want to reveal how much did you drop that day?
I was between $15 and $2,000.
Yes,
because I saw the Kylo sword and I was like, well, I'll get that. And it was a couple hundred, $250, and then just tons of Black Series, and then every Disney figure they had,
and then the drones.
The drone, yeah, we bought, and I also bought 2 of those little BB-8 Spiro
yes.
things. So, just a big, awesome day.
Yeah, we went to, we were hitting up like Target and Toys R Us,
we
Walmart.
got the Spiro at Brookstone.
And Brookstone, the mall, Disney store. I mean, we were hitting up, because what was really neat, I thought about 2 years ago, because we were Disney regulars. I love how Disney store they were coming out with those limited edition or whatever special edition figures for each movie.
Yes,
and that's what kicked it off. I think Force Friday was when they released some of the Elite series for Force Awakens. But then they also they gave a schedule out, like Maul was episode 1, and then Anakin was 2, Grievous 3, Vader, I think Stormtrooper, and then Boba Fett. But they were like every 2 weeks leading up to the movie, and we were there every 2 weeks, in that drawing or whatever, getting those figures. But I don't think they're doing anything. I haven't heard anything they're doing anything like that this year.
Well, I mean, we never missed a drawing. We always got every single one we wanted.
I know. But this year, it seems like right now, what's crazy is they've released 3 pairs of figures on DisneyStore.com.
Yes. That kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah, very. Have you gotten any? You gotten some of those already, right?
I ordered them. Well, see, had I known there was 3 sets for $80 a piece, I probably would not have gotten them. But I only saw one, so I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to get it because there's only 1,000." And then after I ordered it, you asked me for the link, so I opened up the link and I see that there was 2 more sets.
Yes.
So that's another $160 I'm going to have to drop.
So, and you bought the Rey Kylo Ren one, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a Rey Kylo Ren, and these are only they're numbered. They're individually numbered. There's only 1,000 of these. So Rey Kylo Ren. Then they have Empire Leia, like Hoth gear, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. With
Vader. And then they have Krennic and Jyn Erso. So I don't know if they're going to be coming out with more of those, but there's those 3 are out there now, $80 a piece on DisneyStore.com.
They are sold out.
It's already sold out?
I'm on there. Okay, so
Damn.
Darth and Leia is sold out. Krennic is available. I'm getting it right now.
I knew it.
And hang on. Jyn. Dang, that one's still available too. The only one that's sold out is Darth and Leia, the one that I really want.
I know. Wait, Krennic and Jyn together? That's available?
They're together. And I'm buying that right now.
Yeah. And then Rey and Kylo still up there?
Rey and Kylo is still available too. Yes.
The Leia, I knew the Leia would go. Dang it. Yeah. I messed that one up. So anyway, those are I don't know if they're going to be in store. They haven't said anything.
I seriously doubt they're going to be in stores.
I do too. I feel like we're pretty connected to some of our Disney store employees,
I think so.
And they even tell. I feel like they would tell me they have no idea really what they're getting.
No.
So, which is again, this is a lot different than 2 years ago, because 2 years ago they had a schedule. They had all these,
Yeah, we got the flyer, months ahead of time.
Yes.
That showed what day things were getting released, at what time. You had to get the raffle. I saved all my raffle pieces of paper too, and I stuck them with the appropriate,
Oh, nice.
thing. Not that it matters, but
Yeah. But no, we were one of the ones that always got our name pulled, and because there were people there that didn't get a figure.
I'm pretty sure that our names didn't get pulled some of the times, and they just read it out loud like the last ones.
I think so too. Yeah, I definitely think so too. So this Force Friday, September 1st, which is in a couple days from now, we plan on the first store that we're planning on hitting up is Disney Store, because they're opening up. They said that they're opening up at 8 a.m. Again, they don't know exactly what they're getting, but they're going to have some stuff there. And I've been noticing there too, at least at ours, over the past couple months, because obviously I go there with my kids a lot, but they've slowly been, they've been trying to give away their Star Wars stuff. I remember I don't know if you remember, I texted you a couple times saying some of those Elite figures, they're like $6, $4, $5. I went one weekend where there was buy one, get one free. Of those
Jeez,
Elite
half price.
figures. Yes. Buy one at $6 and get one free.
Oh my God.
They were giving them away. I bought like several of them. I've got a couple fins, and and they only had for some reason they had a ton of bays from Rogue One. But they have those 17-inch figures. They were giving those away for like $12. I think normally they're $24 or something like that. It's just crazy. They're just because of all this new merchandise, I think that's coming. They're just trying to empty their shelves because the Disney Store at Lexington, they were just slowly moving all the Star Wars merchandise in the back of the store, and it's only taking place like a little section now. But it's old stuff, it's stuff from a couple years ago. It's a little bit of Rogue One, but there's not any new stuff. There hasn't been any new stuff for Star Wars in a long time.
Yeah, that's true. So, but 2 days there's going to be a ton.
A ton. Yeah, I can't even imagine. And in each store, it's crazy, is getting their own exclusive stuff, obviously. And there's a lot of events going on apparently too. So if you go to StarWars.com, some of the things that they're doing, they're actually one big thing I want to talk about too is this AR stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
It's really neat. You said you just looked it up and saw the Star Destroyer at San Francisco?
Golden Gate Bridge, just Star Destroyer cruising right over it.
Yes.
It looked, there's nothing around us though.
No, I think it's just the big cities. But see, so what's happening in most of the stores, and Disney Store again is one place that we go, that there's going to be pictures of Last Jedi. I think Rey is on most of them. But if you see these pictures, you pull up the Star Wars app, and there's a button on there that says Force Friday, and you click on that, and then you can scan that picture, and then something will come up. You can test it, like I tested it last weekend, and I scanned this flyer that they gave me, and on all of a sudden, right in front of the flyer, there was all these porgs. Those new porgs that you saw in the trailer. Those new little animals that everybody's kind of falling in love with.
Okay.
So they were just there, and they're just making sounds and jumping around. But apparently, on Force Friday, there's going to be messages and characters that pop up and people talking to you. And then, of course, like you said, in big cities, there's actually big grand ships and stuff like that going on, which is pretty awesome.
I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, and we'll, as we walk around and go visit around, I'm sure we'll see some stuff and get the app out and do that. But quickly on a list of stuff, just participating in Force Friday, you can imagine it's obviously Disney Store, and then Walmart has got just a lot of stuff going on. Toys R Us, Target, Staples. I mean, stuff you wouldn't even think of. Meijer, Pottery Barn Kids, Kohl's.
Yeah, I saw all those things. Sometimes those are just like, it seems like the stuff that Kohl's and places like that get is just like slippers.
Yeah.
Or like mugs or something. Nothing really collectible or numbered. That's what I'm looking for. Things that are numbered and limited.
Yes, and that is what you're looking for. Now, I'm kind of the same way. I'm probably more looking for figures. Like I'm guessing there's a bunch of Black Series is coming out Friday.
Oh, yeah, I can't keep up with that anymore.
I know, because you got pretty much the whole series, I guess, so far, haven't you?
I had them up to Rogue One, and I got a couple, and I mean they were like 2 or 3 a month were coming out, dude, and that's like a $60-$70 a month just trying to keep up with that. And
yeah,
my wife was just getting mad. I was building shelves, and it's just so now I've got them all in boxes, which hurts my heart.
Yeah, but down the road it might be a good return on your investment there. Because there's some of those figures I'm sure are worth. There's already some that are worth, because you've got obviously you got like Maul and Vader, and all those.
I've got all the old ones.
Yeah, I mean when we went to Celebration, those are very expensive to buy now. Do you have Ahsoka?
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Was she ever a Black Series?
Yes,
I think she was. I think I brought it in and showed you actually.
I
really liked her.
I almost bought her at Celebration this past April, and she wasn't that expensive. I mean, she was like $25 maybe.
Oh, that's almost retail.
It was almost retail, because I think she wasn't really she opened up pretty big, but then I think kind of came back. But there's some coming out like the Last Jedi Luke. I want to get now. You too are you're committed to buying the exclusives from San Diego Comic-Con, though.
Yeah, I've got all of them.
Yes, and this year's were awesome.
Wait,
I never saw the Kree. Did you get Kree?
I did.
Gree? I mean Gree. I think his name's Gree.
General Gree or Commander Gree, whatever he is.
Yes, I never saw him.
I'll bring it in tomorrow.
It's the guy. It's the camouflage stormtrooper, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Kashyyyk. He's on Kashyyyk in episode 3. He's unfortunately one of the ones that Yoda cuts his head off.
You
remember that when he decapitates those two clones?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, one of them's Commander Gree. That's why that helmet is with Thrawn. That's his helmet.
Ah, okay. So I've got that Thrawn with the helmet from the San Diego Comic-Con also.
Yes. That is awesome. And then you got the double figures, I think, of Luke and Rey, right? Is that the other one?
Yes.
Yep. So Jeb's got exclusive San Diego Comic-Con figures, Black Series. And then, so what else are you aiming for? What's going on in your collection now? What are you aiming for?
Anything that's limited with a certificate of authenticity, and I just looked up on eBay. Since the Leia and Vader were sold out, they are selling on eBay for over double what Disney was selling them for. 160, 140.
Wait, what is it? Which one is it?
The one that sold out on Disney Store.
The Vader?
Leia and Darth Vader, yeah.
I told you. Yeah, I told you.
I just placed my order for the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get on there too probably and do that.
I'm going to have to buy this too. Damn it.
Buy what?
Darn.
The Leia?
The Leia and the Vader.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, you put a number on them like 1,000, then that makes them valuable.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that wasn't numbered. I wish they didn't number the Elite Series, back to a couple years ago. Because you can't get those anymore. So there isn't that many out there. I just don't know how many there are.
Yeah, but I mean, when you put a certificate with stuff, it has a number assigned to it. So that's what I'm going after. I'll get anything that has that at the Disney Store. They'll probably have one nice statue and if I can get to it in time, I'll get that.
Yeah. Yeah, they have those are all numbered, I think, right? Those statues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that they didn't release these 3 sets as their exclusives and nothing's in the store.
Right. Yeah, that'd be pretty. That wouldn't be right. I don't think either. That's. I feel like they got to put something out there for. I mean, it's got to be an Elite Series run of Last Jedi figures.
Oh, there'll be Elite Series, but I don't know if it'll any collectible ones.
Yeah. Well, like the ones online.
Yeah, they'll go down to $6 in a year.
Right. Yeah, that's horrible. So Force Friday again, we'll be, me and Jeb are going to be kind of meeting up and going around. I'm sure I'll talk about what we got next week. And again, go on StarWars.com. They've got a little bit of, again, they got information of like what events are going on and stuff like that, but it's really about really going out and looking around and seeing what you can find. And there's all kinds of online deals as well. So like Amazon, they're like running Star Wars merchandise stuff deals all month, apparently, of September.
Yeah. And a lot of stores are opening up or taking their displays out on midnight tomorrow.
Yes.
Walmart's one of them, Myers, and Target. Those 3 stores are in. They're 5 minutes from my house, but I go to bed at 10 o'clock, so I won't be going there.
Wait, so they're putting their stuff out at midnight?
Yep.
Wow. Dang, maybe I might do that because I'm up. I'm usually up.
You're up till 2.
Yeah, I know. I can get a lot of Force Friday done.
You can get most of it done, man. All you need to do is hit Disney, maybe Brookstone if they have like some kind of special toy. Which that was the only place you could pretty much get the Spiro last time, the BB-8.
Yeah. See, I just remember 2 years ago knowing a lot of what was coming out. When we went around, I feel like we knew what was out.
Well, maybe they're changing that up because we knew what stores to go to.
Maybe.
Now they want you just to go to every store.
Yeah, and I knew. I remember when we went to Target. I think I bought like 2 shirts there. They had really couple of cool shirts they had.
Yeah, that's where I bought.
That's where you bought the Kylo thing.
The Air Hog.
Right? And the Air Hog, yeah.
And the Kylo Ren Force. What's it called?
The FX lightsaber.
FX, yeah.
Yes, which is awesome. That was awesome. Cool. So, so Force Friday, that's, again, look for that. And then some of the other stuff that's coming out that I'll be looking for too. I think, well, there's definitely some novels coming out, some books, but, like the Phasma book is the big novel coming out, by Delilah Dawson. That'll be out Friday. There's a couple other novels coming out Friday. There's some other ones that are coming out, but not till the end of the month. But again, Black Series figures, all over the place. So,
hey, what is the D23 Expo? So
the D23 Expo is the Disney convention. So it's like Celebration, except it's strictly all Disney.
Well, because the Leia and Darth Vaders that they have for sale on eBay were purchased there. So
they were purchased there. What do you mean? They were released there?
The guy who was selling them personally bought them at that expo.
Oh, so they might have. That's weird. So they might have been released there first and then on DisneyStore.com. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because D23 has a ton of exclusive. Limited, like there's these at Disney Store they release, and I just found this out just recently, but they do in the spring and in the fall they release these really exclusive dolls of the like Disney characters like Snow White or Cinderella, and they're in these elaborate big boxes, right? And they're pretty up there. They're so anyway, me and Brooke, my wife, and the kids were there about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're buying something, and we're looking up behind the register, and there's these figures back there, and one of them was Snow White. And Brooke, my wife, that's her favorite Disney character, Snow White. So she's like, "Oh God, Dave, look, there's those figures or whatever." I mean, she had heard about them from somebody else that collects them. So we looked at it. I mean, they're unbelievably detailed, these things, and the boxes are beautiful. And so, but they're $120.
Yeah,
and
that's not bad.
It's not bad. But in the Snow White, there's only 3,000 of them. So, and they had the Evil Queen, the witch version of the Evil Queen when she turns into a witch. Mm-hmm. There was only like 700 of those. And they had them up there, and they only had 2 at the Disney store, and they were gone, obviously, by the time we got there. But anyway, there's these exclusive figures. So, but D23 at D23, so D23 is just like Celebration. It's not every year. D23 is actually every other year. Celebration right now is not on any kind of set schedule.
Yeah,
but D23 is, and this was only maybe the 3rd one or 4th one that they've done this year. Unfortunately, because me and Casey were talking about this, if Celebration, it's rumored that the next Celebration is 2019, that falls on D23 as well. So it seems like that's in the same year, which kind of sucks because if you want to go to both of them, it's like you got to shell out some money. So it would be awesome if there was every other year because I really want to go check it out. It's always been in Anaheim so far. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, it's a 3-day convention just like Celebration, and it's which you haven't even been to Celebration yet, right?
No, I was with the Air Force this last time.
Yeah. Even 2 years ago, you didn't go, right? Yeah. But Celebration is obviously just Star Wars. Disney is all in. Like this year, T23, they released all those trailers for like all the Pixar movies coming out, like Incredibles 2 and Lion King, and
I'm really not a Disney fan,
right? Yeah, I'm not sure you would be
like Star Wars.
Yes, so, but there's exclusive Star Wars stuff that comes out there though.
I would go for that.
So D23 is where they released the behind the scenes video of The Last Jedi.
Oh, that was a good one. Correct.
So they had a big panel there. They released that there. So I would love going there because I'm a big Disney person, but it's become bigger and bigger every time. Eventually, it probably will be a 4-day thing. Right now, it's only a 3-day thing. But that's what D23 is, and there's exclusive toys like crazy. I mean, like crazy, even more so than any other convention. Maybe on the level of San Diego Comic-Con.
So, what are you trying to look for tomorrow?
Well, I think I'm trying to look for a couple of those Black Series figures, because some of those, because they're not really exclusive, I don't mind actually opening them and displaying them.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like I want, like, how in my office I have the lightsaber on my desk. Mm-hmm. That's Luke's, right? Well, Anakin and Luke's. I kind of want to put that old Luke figure right next to it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I think I want to look for some Black Series stuff. I mean, maybe I feel like the FX lines, I don't know if they've stopped those or not, but I don't see the last FX lightsaber I've seen was Kylo's.
Well, who has had a lightsaber since then?
Well, very true. I don't, but usually like they re-release some, or they, I don't know, but maybe not. Maybe they just haven't had one. That's true. So I don't know. Maybe Snoke. I guess Snoke would have one. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a chance to see him a little bit more.
Yeah. So, and then I'm kind of looking like you. I think if there's something exclusive that is numbered, like a statue or something like that, I might want to get T-shirts. I'm looking at T-shirts.
Yeah,
if there's some good ones.
Yeah, I've only got 2 T-shirts that I wear. I need to get a couple more.
Yeah,
so I'll probably do something like that too. I just don't like them with the characters on them.
Me neither. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty particular, but I'm some characters I like if there's stormtroopers or if it's like Boba Fett or something like that, maybe Vader. But I'm not a big fan of like a big collage of characters.
Yeah, like a little kid.
Yeah, I like simple, like just symbols. Like I like just like a Republic symbol or Empire symbol. Do what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like the Mandalorian or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. So, I'll good shirts like that. And I'm not really specific to, I don't really like specific to a movie either, even though one of my favorite shirts I got last year at Disney was a Rogue One. It just says Star Wars Rogue One on it. It's blue, kind of faded blue, but the material is really good t-shirt, cotton material, and it's probably my favorite shirt right now.
Yeah.
But I like just simple Star Wars shirts, yeah. So yeah.
What's your spending limit?
Oh man, that's tough because I just paid for our Disney trip today. So I don't know. I would say maybe maybe $300-400 maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay under there too.
Yeah, that's probably because I figured that's probably like some Black Series figures and maybe like a statue or something like that. Because those statues are going to be $100-something maybe.
Yeah, they'll be 150.
Yeah,
if they have them there.
And some T-shirts maybe, So I feel like that's probably where I'm going to be. I mean, who knows? I might get on this Disney store and buy those $80 ones. That's already going to start clocking that down.
Yeah, I'm already at 160.
True, right? Two things. So
yeah.
Okay. So I will fill everybody in next week on what Jeb and how much he spends.
Yeah, I'll just come on the show next week.
Yeah,
too,
probably. We'll call you back in. Yeah, because Casey will be back on the show next week.
And that way we can discuss our spoils.
Yes. And then the last thing we'll talk about kind of because next week I'm hopefully going to release. I'm almost done with it, but I'm working on the trailer now for it. But as we continue our journey to the Last Jedi with our kind of fan-made trailers and commentaries of the films, we had Jeb sit in on our Rogue One commentary with us. If you can remember, Jeb, that was a few weeks ago now.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I think you had just gotten... no, you've been back for a little while. What am I talking about? But we had not done a commentary for Rogue One, so it was pretty interesting because at the same time where we are kind of talking about the film, and you had seen it. You didn't go see it with us at release because you were gone. I think you were on your honeymoon, right? Is that, or you were?
No, just on vacation.
Yeah. So what was your? Commentating wise, a little bit different than watching the movie itself. What did you think about the experience?
It was cool, man. Like, you and Casey definitely know a lot more than I do, so I come out knowing more than I did when I went in. It's like a education.
Yeah, and again, I think that's a little different because we were. I've seen the movie maybe now, I'd say a dozen times now, maybe 10, 12 times, I guess. But there's still, that's a fraction compared to what I've seen the other movies, right? So
yeah, same here.
There's still so much to catch and so much to see, because there's still shots that I'll miss, and I'll see a frame and be like, wow, I didn't see that. And I don't do that, obviously, with the other movies now. I know pretty much every frame of the movies, so the other ones, except Force Awakens. Force Awakens is still pretty fresh. But Rogue One, that was interesting because at the same time we're trying to talk about some certain topics of the movie, we're still kind of trying to see it and learn from it and kind of engross ourselves with it. And at least me and Casey are, I know. But there's so much in Rogue One. And there's so much that, do you agree that it actually makes A New Hope better?
Yeah, it does. A New Hope always just like, what is going on? I don't understand why this magically just happened. But now, it literally goes right up to the beginning of episode 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it definitely bridges the gap, and it's I'm happy that they did it. Very happy.
Is there anything in Rogue One that you're confused about or questions?
No. I read the book, so it kind of prepared you for everybody. If you didn't, you're like, who's Urso who, and why is this guy doing this? I thought he was a bad guy, but the book definitely lets you know that he is not bad by any means. In fact, he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
And this is the only way he could have. He did the best he could. Galen. There was nothing else he could have done, or else everybody would have been killed. His family. So this is like literally the only thing that he could have done was to engineer something and then get it out, and hopefully someone can exploit it. And they did.
And you're talking about Catalyst. Yeah, you're talking about the Catalyst book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I think that was a must-read before the movie came out, even though you can see the movie without reading it. But there is a big, big explanation of who Krennic is and what their backstory is. I mean, just why it's taking so long to build the Death Star. I mean, that's in there. It's
all those little guys that just kill each other all the time.
I know, right? Yeah. So it's just, Rogue One continues to be, like when we were yesterday. I don't think you were there. We set up the projector in the studio, and I had Rogue One at the office, so we were playing it. And I mean, it's just, and just sitting there staring at it and watching it again. I mean, it's really good.
It is good, man. And here's a request I would like to make. Put these movies out in 4K.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That is the only reason I have not bought a 4K Blu-ray player. And if they would put it out, I'd buy all the movies all over again in 4K.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just, I want to see it. I want to see the resolution.
Yeah, I think we'll get it eventually. Yeah, and what I'm doing is I'm going to buy the Xbox One X that comes out in November, I think, when Battlefront 2 comes out, and that has a 4K player in it.
Well, you know what? I might have to get that too, because I don't know anybody who plays PlayStation, and I only bought it because it had a Darth Vader on it.
Well, the Xbox One X is, I'm gonna get it. It's got a 4K player in it. Because I do see, they do come out. They have ultra HD 4K discs now, that movies that are coming out now. Like I just saw Wonder Woman is coming out next month in a couple weeks, and there's a 4K of that. Batman Superman was out 4K. All these movies, I mean, you're seeing everything come out in 4K now, so it's getting to be the regular now. In fact, I think I even bought because not Guardians. There was one movie, I can't remember what it was, but there was one movie that you could buy the Blu-ray, but that's all you got was the Blu-ray. But then the 4K had the 4K and they're all in the 4Ks now. They still actually, I think they come with the Blu-ray as well. So there was a package of it was the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the digital copy for just $5 or $6 more than the Blu-ray by itself. So naturally, I went and bought that one.
So you've actually got a 4K disc and no player yet.
Right, but it came with a Blu-ray though. A Blu-ray version as well, right? And a digital copy, which I pretty much watch everything digitally anyway. Everything's loaded on my Xbox because I can get on my digital thing there, like it, and it shares with iTunes and all that stuff, so I can pretty much get it on any app. But I don't like buying discs now that don't have a digital copy on it. That doesn't make sense to me. So
see, I've never used the digital copy.
Now, I will say that I can tell a difference. So, like when I stream, an iTunes movie, Because you remember, like, so I was streaming. Every time I've watched Rogue One, I've got a digital copy of it. If I want to play it here, I just get on the TV, pull up the app, and I play Rogue One on, either Disney app or Vudu app or something like that. But when and I didn't really realize it until we did the commentary, and I popped in the Blu-ray for Rogue One, and it was significantly better looking than the digital copy. Which makes sense.
I mean,
it makes sense.
I'm sure it is. They're compressing it and doing all kinds of stuff to get it to you.
Yeah. So I still suggest if you really want to watch the full res of a movie, still get the disc. But digital is just really convenient right now with all your devices and all that stuff, But anyway, I'm with you. I think 4K. I think one day. I don't know how long, but I'm pretty sure they're working on the conversion of it right now. I'm pretty positive they've been trying to get that done. Because I can't imagine that episode 8, after that comes out, that by the time that comes out on disc, there's got to be a 4K version of it by then.
You'd think, man.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I think, and I want to say, did they do Force Awakens in 4K?
Nope. I mean, they probably filmed it and whatever, but no, there's not a 4K disc of that.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a 3D. I think there's a 3D version of it.
Bleh.
Yeah, 3D never really. I don't feel like it really picked up. Because they still sell those, but I don't know who's watching movies in 3D at home. I have no idea.
I mean, you still have to have glasses.
You need glasses. You need a 3D TV. You need a 3D Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
I mean, 3D is just not. I hate seeing 3D movies in the theaters.
Same here.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's okay. So again, we'll be Hidden Force Friday. We will be in September. We will be releasing the trailer and the commentary for Rogue One that Jeb is on. We will also be releasing the trailer and commentary for Episode 4 in the same month because they're pretty much one big movie if you really think about it. So, and Russell Johnson, our very own Russell Johnson, who does a lot of our comic reviews, he's our guest for Episode 4. So we'll get him on the show here in a couple weeks when we talk about that. But I hope you've been enjoying our trailers, everybody. It's a labor of love for me. I work constantly on those things, and I'm a perfectionist. So I go through like 5, actually, like Episode 3. I think I went through 12 different timelines because I just could not get it the way I wanted it.
Well, when we show them at my house parties and like the real Star Wars fans watch them, man, their jaws drop.
Really?
Yes.
Did you see? I haven't sent you the updated Episode 4 one, I think, yet.
I've only seen one Episode 4 one,
yeah.
And you sent it to me last week.
Yeah. So I got the new one I got better footage in there now. I think it flows really, really good now, and I'm almost done with the audio sound effects on that. And then Rogue One is I started it, but I gotta get a little bit further. I'll probably get through it this weekend, and then be ready to release it next week. So
awesome.
So thanks, Jeb, for coming on the show.
No problem. It's awesome. I love doing it.
Yep, we'll get you back on here next week after we recover from our spendings. And
if I can afford my internet after I spend $1,000 at Disney Store.
Yes, they love us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I appreciate it, Jeb. We'll talk to you soon, and may the force be with you, man.
You too, brother. See you later.
Okay, so that will do it now for us this week on Inside the Force. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. I'm doing it solo, but thanks to Jeb for coming in a little bit to kind of talk about Force Friday and, of course, our commentaries that we're doing as we lead up to Episode 8, The Last Jedi. We are so close to this movie. We are truly coming up on less than 100 days here very, very soon. In fact, I want to bring it up that we're only 105 days away from The Last Jedi. 105. Unbelievable. We will be back next week. Hopefully Casey will be joining me, and we will talk all things Star Wars as we always do. So, again, appreciate everybody sticking with us. Go to our YouTube channel to subscribe, to get our fans trailers and commentaries, and then go to, of course, InsideTheForce.com to listen to all the shows, all the episodes we've put out, as well as follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. All of our links are right there. So thank you, everybody. Talk to you guys next week. Have a great week, and we will see you then. May the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Inside the Force, a Star Wars podcast hosted by David Cottingham and Casey Cooley. For more shows, additional content, articles, and the latest Star Wars news, please visit InsideTheForce.com. Inside the Force. For the Force within all of us.